Now to our last cup tie, on the face of it, an evenly balanced game between the cup holders Tottenham Hotspur and Southampton. And the obvious advantage should lie with Tottenham, but in recent weeks they've been struggling somewhat, while Laurie McMenamin's reshaped Southampton team has been coming good. Your commentator, Alan Parry.
Well, sadly for Ozzy Ardiles, it's a welcome home which has been delayed by a missing registration form. So Ardiles has to sit it out in the stands, along with half of Tottenham's cup-winning team, sidelined by illness and injuries. Gary Mabbott has been suffering from a stomach upset, so he's named as substitute in a very unfamiliar-looking Spurs lineup, which seeks to extend their unbeaten FA Cup run to 17 games. Two of these players have never even played in the competition before. Defender Gary O'Reilly, 21, and winger Alistair Dick, who's just 17. The Southampton side has also undergone many changes in recent months, and only 6 of this team appeared in the third round a year ago. And there's only one survivor from Southampton's cup-winning team of 1976, that's Nick Holmes. Taking his place among a very big crowd at White Hart Lane, the England manager, Bobby Robson. It'll be Tottenham in the white shirts, defending the goal to our left and defending that long, unbeaten run in the FA Cup. They haven't lost a cup tie since Liverpool won here in the quarter-final way back in March 1980. Here's Steve Perryman, who's played in every one of those 16 successful ties. Villa. Conditions ideal here, the pitch soft and perfect. Villa again. The tackle by Holmes gives the first free kick of the game to Tottenham. Gary Brooke leaving it, I think, to the skipper. No, Brooke himself will take it. Archibald possibly the target, but it's Roberts who came in at the back and didn't reach it. This is Hazard. Now Ali Dick, a real old-fashioned left winger. Another good tackle by Holmes. And Dick did well to keep it in. And evaded Williams' tackle. Good cross too, Archibald. Took a little bit too much time, and Armstrong made the clearance. Good run by Ali Dick on the left. Archibald perhaps took too much time, really, to get in his shot, and Armstrong blocked it. Referee today, John Hunting of Leicester. Here's O'Reilly. Rather a clumsy ball. Mills. Wallace forward, but again, just a little bit too quick for the Tottenham defenders. Offside. Perryman's kick was aimed at the tiny Gibson, and it was Holmes who won it. Now Villa. Good tackle by Holmes, but the bounce. Oh, what a superb shot, and Shilton right behind it. The bounce was a kind one for Villa as Holmes tackled him, but how well he struck that shot, and Shilton got behind it. Castles with a header. This is Hazard for Tottenham. Castles blocked it. It was Wallace rather, and Castles won that one. And now Hazard has gone down injured. Quite a serious knock that Mickey Hazard took then, and Tottenham's players seem to be signalling for a stretcher, sadly. Mike Varney, one of the most experienced physiotherapists in the Football League, will have assessed the seriousness of the knock immediately, and it was who first called for the stretcher. And he's asking Hazard, obviously, whether he feels he can carry on. And I think the player has said he can. And he just recovered from a calf injury which kept him out for a couple of games, Mickey Hazard. And dare I say, it's a hazardous job being a First Division footballer, as he has found to his cost. It's quite a shiner he's got. And still, Tottenham haven't brought on the substitute. So Tottenham's ill fortune with injuries continues. Continuous treatment too for Hazard, who's not counted himself out of the game yet. Nichols' header at the other end goes straight to Dick. Houghton helps him out. Nice piece of skill till he was brought down by Moran. Tottenham's free kick. Houghton will take the kick, calling for some movement. Then short to Villa. Lovely chip forward, but it's just a bit too strong, I think. And Mills was being pushed by Houghton. Nods his approval on referee Hunting's decision. Free kick to Southampton. Meantime, at the other end, despite the black eye and the bump, Mickey Hazard will continue the cause for Tottenham. Good control on the chest by Beer. Hazard. Now Perriman. Into Archibald. Made room well. And found Beer. Wright's clearance. Straight to Perriman. Tottenham keeping possession but not making a lot of progress at the moment. Hazard. Archibald. Perriman. Intricate crossfield patterns. But Southampton holding out. In it goes to Archibald, and then it comes to Gibson. Oh, what a fine shot and what a marvellous save by Shilton. Tottenham's patience paid off. They kept the ball so long, they kept their patience, and finally when it was played through to Gibson, he turned and hit a superb shot, and what a marvellous save by Shilton. Gone by Mills. Comes to Moran. O'Reilly clear. And Tottenham back in possession. Gary Brook, a lot of room to attack the Southampton defence. Right across to cover. Good-looking cross. Archibald missed it completely. Oh, what a dramatic moment that was. Brook doing so well, and you can see how close Archibald was to the goal. Shilton with a disgusted look on his face. A lovely curling cross from the right by Brook. Archibald flung himself at it. Unfortunately for Southampton, missed. Mills for Southampton. Given away. Hazard. Perriman with room to move forward on the right. Mills cutting off that room, but he finds Archibald superbly. And a sloppy ball. Williams intercepted. Here's O'Reilly. Houghton on the left in space. And still Houghton. What a marvellous effort, and Shilton again supreme. What a great sight to see Houghton cutting in field like that. Not afraid to go forward. Not afraid to hit that shot so powerfully. Another great save by Peter Shilton. Here's Beer. Right away. Spectacular clearance by Williams, and here's Houghton again. I bet Bobby Robson wishes he was English. In it goes to Gibson. Nicol wins it in the air. Brook. Good ball. Dick. Well, Williams made the fine challenge. Not, as the crowd felt, an unfair challenge. And how well Shilton is playing. The last time he played at White Hart Lane in a league game in September, he conceded 6 goals. And Ray Clements at the other end, Shilton's great rival for the England place, will have admired his goalkeeping today. There's Archibald. Now Brook. O'Reilly on to Roberts. Tottenham's influence on this game growing by the minute. Archibald. Of course, they've got to beat that man Shilton. And he looks in supreme form. Here's Houghton. Now Hazard. Space on the right for Perryman. He goes into it a little bit late. And so Brook takes over instead. It was a disappointing end to another patient, accurate Tottenham build-up. Holmes' header, straight to Armstrong. Good first-time ball, onto Castles, and now Wallace. Perryman trying to force him wide, and he pulled it across to Armstrong. Good save by Clements, and still it's in play. The linesman is flagging, actually. I think Castles may have been in offside position after the save, but Armstrong really cracked that one, and it was heading for the top corner, and Clements, not to be outdone by Peter Shilton, produced a great save of his own. The linesman has flagged for a spot of pushing by Archibald. Southampton's free kick. Armstrong. The end of a rather disjointed and untidy first half. No real pattern about it. Tottenham the better side, but thanks to this man, Peter Shilton, the half-time scoreline still reads Tottenham Hotspur 0, Southampton 0. Ray Clements has done well when he's been called into action, but will admire the goalkeeping of Shilton, particularly at the other end. So Tottenham kick off, anxious, I'm sure, to avoid the necessity of a replay at the Dell. Their away form has been so disappointing of late. They've gone 8 away games without a win or even a goal. And Southampton's free kick. Southampton, incidentally, have been knocked out in the third round twice in the last 3 seasons by Birmingham and Leicester. So their recent cup record needs some improvement. Dick getting in ahead of Castles, and Holmes conceding another throw. Houghton finding Archibald, who returns the favour. Mills with the block. Via. Holmes just poked it away. Roberts on. Hazard with the shot. And Shilton followed it all the way. Didn't really catch that properly. Hazard forced to try the shot from 20 yards out with so many players in front of him. Didn't really get hold of it, and Shilton saw it go safely wide. Castles with a flick on. Moran further still to Wallace. Beaten by Houghton, who hasn't put a foot wrong. Mills forward, so was Moran, but Weir had time to bring it down. Graham Roberts, Weir again, good football. And now Houghton. Good move by Tottenham. Can it produce a goal for Hazard? It can! What a beautifully struck shot at the end of a lovely Tottenham build-up. Shilton finally beaten. 4 different players involved in that move, and finally, when it was pushed through to Hazard, he struck it right-footed along the ground all the way into the corner. It went. Even Peter Shilton couldn't reach it. Tottenham won, Southampton 0 with 51 minutes gone. A black eye, but he won't mind showing off if that's the winning goal. Mickey Hazard finally breaks the Southampton defence, and that man Shilton. And now Tottenham are buzzing. Brook. Archibald is in the centre. It could so easily have been 2 within seconds. Gibson helping it on. Brook took it down the right, crossed along the ground, and Archibald just couldn't quite reach it. Suddenly, this cup tie comes to life. Only his 2nd goal of the season for Mickey Hazard. He's had problems with injuries. The least of all today, as you can see from that shine. Yes, that's the one. What a lovely goal. Good run this, and Wallace, and Wright continues his run as well. Wallace still, and still. Oh, lovely skill. And finally, he had to be brought down to be stopped. And he's made a real impact in the game this season, Danny Wallace. Top scorer for Southampton with 8 goals in the last 17 games. Pace, ability to beat players, and real skill. Holmes setting himself up for the drive, perhaps. No, he leaves it. Williams tries it instead, and what a great save! Well, he not only stopped it, he held it. That shot from Williams was heading right into the top angle. Clements took off and did a Peter Shilton. I suppose there's no higher compliment than that. Stopped it and held it. And the Tottenham fans seeing England's #1. It's Hazard who breaks away and finds Archibald, making a lot of ground. And reaches it. Cut down the space very well. It's still Dick in possession. And not a bad cross either. Oh, it's hit the bar. Well, the 17-year-old has his best moment of the game. Archibald fed him. Wright was across to cover. He beat him and tailed that cross against the crossbar and out. Tottenham, as you can possibly see on the far side, thinking of bringing Gary Mabbutt on. Just over 7 minutes to go. Nichols' header. Villa. And he and Wright both went for a very high ball, and the young Southampton defender came off worst and is lying injured at the moment. Hazard. Houghton. And still inside the Southampton half, Wright is lying injured. And the referee, wisely in my opinion, a lot of referees wouldn't have done that, halts play to allow Lou Chatterley to come on and give treatment. Meanwhile, the applause in the background is for the arrival of Gary Mabbutt and the departure, and I'm sure the applause is equally enthusiastic for him, of Terry Gibson, the 20-year-old, who's done a really good job at #9. The game will restart with a drop ball. Good refereeing by Mr. Hunter. Mabbutt immediately in the action. That's the way he likes to play his game. And Hazard with the black eye and the goal to prove that he's the man of this cup tie. It's do or die now. And it's die as far as Southampton are concerned. So Tottenham bid to become the first club for almost 100 years to win the FA Cup 3 times in a row. They've safely survived the first hurdle. What a difficult one it was. What a marvellous goal by Mickey Hazard to win it. Final score, Tottenham 1, Southampton 0.
Well, Mickey, I'm going to ask you first of all about the eye, which looks very, very painful.
At the time it was, well, once I come round again, you know, I was knocked out for a couple of minutes, and then I come round and I couldn't open my eyes. And he wanted to tat us off, so I thought, well, I better open my eyes, otherwise he'd definitely tat us off. So I opened up my eyes, and it was, you know, painful. And he asked us if I was all right.
That was Mike Varney. We had a good picture of him trying to persuade you to come off.
Yeah, and I said, no, you know, let me stay on, you know, just to see how it is for 10 minutes.
Even at one stage, they seemed to call for a stretcher for you.
Yeah, that's right, because that was when I come round. You know, I was out, you know, I can't remember a thing for a couple of minutes or ever how long. And I come round and they were calling for a stretcher, and then Mike Varney said, can you hear us? And I went, yeah. And they were calling for a stretcher, and I said, no, I'll walk off. And he said, no, you stay there and we're going to take you off in a stretcher, like. And, you know, I said, I'm all right. And he asked us a couple of questions, who done it and what have you, and I answered them correctly, and then he said, all right. So I went on for 10 minutes, and I couldn't see a thing, really. You know, the blood, and my eyes were watering and that, and it was sort of blurring my view. But I just was lucky. I'd done a few good passes, and the Leristeron from then, and then gradually my eye got, you know, it stopped watering and that, and then, you know, I got better vision back.
Well, it was a great decision to stay on in the end because, of course, you got the winning goal. It was a beautiful build-up, the best of the game, wasn't it? How did you see the goal?
Well, I cannot remember a lot about it. I had an off-time chat with Ozzy Ardiles, funnily enough, and he said, in the position I'm playing, if I break late on the edge of the box, you know, I'll not get picked up off their team, and I had to think about it, and, you know, the build-up went on, and then I broke in late, and Chris Hughton hit in a great ball to us, and then, like, you know, then I just struck it and broke it and it went in.
So even though he wasn't playing, Ozzy Ardiles has helped Tottenham?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, he sees things, he's watching from the sidelines, he sees things that maybe the players out there cannot see, and it was a good observation.
They used to put steak on black eyes in the old days. Can you afford it anymore?
No. I have to ask the missus.
Does look a little on the rare side.